In this video, we're showing you everything we did in our 10 days in New York City. New York can be quite an overwhelming place, especially if you're visiting for the first time like we are. The city provides you with endless opportunities, so you're confronted with too many choices of scenic viewpoints, museums, and of course, restaurants. It's easy not to know where to begin, when to stop waiting in line, and where the hell you can get the best bagel. So let us take you with us as we navigate this iconic city at our own pace. We'll give you a day-by-day summary, share which places we found worth the money and which ones we'd skip next time around, as well as a debrief after each day to discuss our highlights.
So let's start in Hamburg, where with some illegal contraband on board, we boarded our first flight to Frankfurt. After 2 flights with delicious culinary treats, this pasta dish was actually pretty decent, our snacks, which we enjoyed while watching our favorite reality entertainment Below Deck, and a mediocre crock sandwich, we landed in New York. Checked into our apartment and had a really good and scenic Italian dinner sitting on the street. And after at least a few hours of restful sleep, day 1 of sightseeing in New York begins.
We begin day 1 with some coffee at a coffee shop we found near our apartment and then continue with the main reason we came to the city.
Our first real New York bagel.
I don't know, it's gonna be very messy. Very messy. So yes, you should.
It's really good.
After that comprehensive review that you've come to expect from professional food YouTubers like us, we decided that we had to stop ourselves from getting too happy on day 1, and so we had planned to visit the 9/11 Memorial Museum, which we can highly recommend doing. And from there we were basically already in the financial district, which is where the city was created back in 1624, so it's a great starting point for a first day in the city. Of course, we also took the time to scoff at the long lines, to look at some brass bull balls, and to walk down Wall Street in hopes of making it big in this city. We failed.
Yeah, so we're on Wall Street. There are definitely more tourists than businessmen here. The buildings are impressive, but secretly I'm only waiting for the time to eat some pizza by the slice.
Yes, that is what we've been waiting for.
Should have taken some napkins.
I think I have some.
Really smart move. Thank you. I think the eggplant's fried.
Interesting.
Very healthy.
And because we're responsible people, we only got 1 slice each so that we'd have enough space to wash it down with a taco. To round off this great but also very cliché first day of sightseeing, we then took the free Staten Island ferry to see the Statue of Liberty. After a very cool ferry ride, we then spent 20 minutes exploring the Staten Island ferry terminal in depth before taking the ferry back again, which about 50% of the other passengers did too. We then made our way back to Nolita to enjoy all of its boutique shops and nice looking bars and restaurants, before heading to Chinatown for a surprisingly cheap dinner. But of course we didn't stop there and also had some pie afterwards, but we don't need to talk about that. What did you think of our first day?
I really liked it.
As expected, the city is overwhelming in a good way. I think yesterday, our first day, was a really good introduction into New York.
We did some of the classics directly.
Of course.
I think it was a really good idea to take the Staten Island ferry and skipping the classic Ellis Island Statue of Liberty tour, just because we saved a lot of money by doing that, and I think we can spend that on food.
Yes.
And also it was fine seeing the Statue of Liberty from a bit further afar. It was great.
So on this trip, Zoe did pretty much all of the planning. I'm more of the, guy responsible for navigating in the city. I would say
with a phone that has a broken GPS.
That's not true.
And what I did is make a list of all the places we want to see, like all the sites, and also the neighborhoods we want to see. And yeah, all the recommendations I got from friends. So I gave that to ChatGPT. And then also, mainly for cost reasons, we're changing places 3 times in our time here. So the first one, where we're staying at right now, is in NoHo. Then we're gonna stay in Williamsburg for 3 nights. And then we're gonna stay in Hell's Kitchen, which is a bit more central in Manhattan, I guess. So I just gave all of the information to ChatGPT and asked it to create a 10-day plan. So of course the goal was to visit the sites that were kind of close to the accommodation we're staying in and to optimize routes and everything. And I marked all of the spots that friends and family and also social media told us to go. All the recommendations we got, so our Google Maps looks like this. So that's how I planned the whole trip. And I hope that there will still be spaces to, like, gaps to fill with our own spontaneous ideas, because we're so spontaneous, you know, we're really spontaneous
Super
people.
spontaneous. For the first time on this trip, we are actually using a new way of booking accommodations, which is by using a home sharing platform. This one is called Kindred, not an ad, but it's the first time we're trying it, and so far, I mean, we've had amazing luck because this apartment that we're staying in is incredible.
And this Kindred system is that you get credits if people stay at your place, and then you spend them when you stay at other places, and 1 credit is 1 night. And then additionally there are costs for cleaning and service. Apart from the credits, we paid $80 a night for this.
That's unheard of in this city.
That's just crazy.
Considering the average hotel price is $350 per night here in the city, that's a pretty good deal. Jet lag, well, it's not the best. I mean,
I was awake for 2 or 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I did wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but now it's coffee time.
Let's go.
After a coffee at our new regular coffee place, it was time to tackle one of New York's largest and also most iconic museums, the Met. Smart people would say that you should grab a bite to eat before going to a museum with over 1 million pieces. So we did. Breakfast item numero uno. Smart people, however, probably wouldn't recommend eating the spiciest chicken sandwich at Dave's Hot Chicken before going.
Can't believe you're not dying.
I am going to die.
Tears are starting to show.
Not a problem for me personally. Tears are just from the sun.
Stupid decisions aside, the Met Museum does not disappoint.
As if New York wasn't overwhelming enough, the Met Museum takes it to another level. The architecture of the building alone is worth going for, and the collections inside are massive and impossible to take in one day. You could probably spend a whole day just in a room like this one that could come straight out of a hoarder's dream. And if you go to the Met, definitely don't miss the roof terrace, which was a real highlight. We then got our first glimpse of Central Park before we walked back to Nolita again, where we got some great tacos and just enjoyed strolling around the area.
That looks very good.
For dinner we went to an omakase restaurant in the area, but we'll let Zoe and Simon from the debrief talk about that in more detail.
Stay where you are. It's a masterpiece. Day number 2.
I'm not happy about every day that is done because it means that we're going home.
I think we've got quite a lot of days here compared to the average New York trip. I mean, 10 days is a luxury.
Still not enough to see everything.
No, and that's also what we noticed yesterday. I think there's just too much to do and it's too big. I think my stomach has recovered from yesterday.
Are you gonna do it again?
Maybe not the Reaper, but the one below that, the very hot, for me is perfect.
So after our chicken sliders for breakfast, we went to the Metropolitan Museum. I think what stays in mind, or what will stay in mind the most, is the architecture inside, like the really big installations.
Why? What about Mummy number 7002? I think.
There were just so many. I mean, what we did is we looked up the list of the most important artworks in the Met, and we did try to see them.
Yes.
At least.
And I think that's what most people do. It's
yes.
a good way to do it, I would say.
Yeah, at the same time, you don't give yourself the opportunity to discover something new or something that is specifically to your taste. We were lucky because the rooftop was closed due to weather conditions, and the minute we found it, they opened it again. So we were the first ones to get up there, and it was really, really nice.
It gives you this sense of how big Central Park is, because you're basically right in the middle and you only see one half. In the afternoon, although we didn't have that much time, we spent a lot of time just walking around this area.
The amount of vintage shops here and the selection of stuff is crazy.
But of course, in the evening, one of our highlights of the day, an omakase tasting menu. You have a lot of them here in New York. I think they're very popular. You've got ones that are super expensive, and then you've got more the hidden gems that aren't that expensive but still offer really high quality. It was really good. $69 for a 13-course tasting menu.
Which is basically 13 pieces of nigiri.
Yeah.
So it was our first omakase experience, and I think even if it's only for the experience, it was so worth it.
Getting, the perfect little piece of nigiri served right onto your plate, I think that's one of the best ways to eat. Energy level, still good. Very good, actually. I think it's actually better now because we've slightly adapted to the new sleeping schedule. One of us has.
You can always speak for yourself. How am I supposed to eat this?
Not bad. Not bad at all. It's too much.
Why am I eating this? I would never eat this at home.
Because it's a classic. Sure, that famous pastrami sandwich from Katz may have cost $30, but being large enough for 2 people, and if you factor in that you're basically sitting in a museum while eating it, you could almost argue that it's not a bad breakfast deal. So this time, without chili-induced stomach aches, we ventured into the next classic museum in New York, the MoMA.
And after that, it was time for more classics. This time, buildings. First, we had a look at the Rockefeller Center and then at this train station. We're not sure what it was called, but it was pretty big and also quite centrally located. We grabbed a coffee and then some lunch nearby.
This is our video proof
Our first greens!
that we are actually also eating something healthy.
We were craving a salad or a bowl or something like that so much.
This does feel really good. I also couldn't spend any more time inside. I mean, the places we went to are very impressive from the inside, but it is still inside. It's nice to enjoy this al fresco dining opportunity.
And for dinner we had something special planned. A 3-course menu and some of the best views of New York that money can buy.
Time to go up, up, and away.
The menu isn't cheap, but it includes the $40 per person entrance to the Edge viewing platform, as well as window seats. So as with the pastrami sandwich from this morning, you can almost justify it being a good price. You never know if something's gonna be worth the money, but we were happy with our choice and had a great evening with enough time to soak in the view.
This morning when we woke up at 5 again, the sunrise was really beautiful.
Yesterday was another cool day.
It was really cool.
Yes.
Day 3. I found the MoMA a lot less intimidating than the Met because it does have fewer artworks. It's still...
A lot.
Yeah, it feels wrong to say that because there are still so many, but I read that the Met has 2 million pieces of art in it. And the MoMA felt more structured.
What we did is we started at the top and then just made our way down. It's still a lot to see, so it feels wrong, but we have to keep the pace up when we're walking through these floors because there's so much to see. And then, of course, we stopped a lot at significant paintings or just stuff we liked.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Not everything has to speak to you.
But after these first 3 days, I can also feel that sightseeing is very cool in New York City, but I think there's a point at which you burn out, and the really cool part for us, I think, is just spending some time in the city, not sightseeing.
You get the atmosphere of what it's like to live in New York, and that's the cool part.
Yeah. I'm also really glad that we were happy with our choice of viewpoint. Because when you come to New York, you have your choice of tall buildings.
There are a lot of choices.
Yes, and they have some really nice viewing platforms. The World Trade Center, the Empire State, the Vanderbilt, and then also the Edge. Is it called the Edge? I still don't know.
Well, a hack would be just to drink something there, because as long as you spend more than $40, you can have a drink at the Peak restaurant and then visit the Edge for free.
Yeah, and then because the entrance fee is $40 anyway.
Yeah.
And so you might as well
it's even higher.
drink it. The dinner was really nice because we spent a lot of time up there with a really nice view, and I think now we've really taken it in. Super nice view.
We can really recommend the Edge. We haven't seen all of the other viewpoints, of course.
A really cool third day.
Yeah.
It feels like we've already accomplished a lot.
I'm just so happy that the sun's out.
Let's see what today brings. Maybe actually it will bring a bagel.
Huh.
Well, that was some excellent foreshadowing there, and the bagel was also pretty good. Maybe not as good as the first one we tried, but it's good to get some variety in. That looks like a schmear. Egg everything, jalapeno, cream cheese. Nice. Bueno. We then checked out some cool shops, such as this second-hand shop/cafe. The clothes were second-hand, not the coffee.
And following the smell of pizza, we then stumbled upon this popular pizza by the slice place that we just had to give a try. We only noticed afterwards that it was probably the most we spent on a slice of pizza ever. But was it any good?
We're pretty proud of ourselves because we found this pizza place on our own without using Google Maps.
Wow, this looks amazing. How's the vodka sauce?
Very tasty. Yeah, first vodka sauce slice. I think it just makes the tomato sauce a little bit sweeter, nicer, and it is good. And it's so thin, crispy. Classic margarita. What's your verdict?
So crispy, so good.
To make good use of the excellent weather, we then strolled around the neighborhood some more before making our way up Manhattan again for our first real visit of Central Park.
This is of course the money shot. The skyline, kind of cool. Nice backdrop for a picnic.
We had then planned to venture out of the main part of Manhattan for a bit to Roosevelt Island, but before we grabbed some dinner at this Thai restaurant that we can highly recommend.
Looking forward to it?
We're currently pursuing a group of geese. They look very fluffy. And there are a lot of them as well.
I think the geese are being herded. That's an interesting job or hobby, I don't know.
Maybe there's a lake or a pond where they live.
I don't know.
Maybe they've lost their way.
That's a cool activity. All for the price of a metro ticket.
And I definitely expected it to be more crowded in there. It was super chill.
We found the sunset view. This,
Manhattan Henge.
yeah, Manhattan Henge. This is the small hole, and well, I think it's as good as it's gonna get.
So we bought some snacks at a delicacy store.
Nice chocolate babka.
Willyburg, here we are.
Day number 4, debrief. What have we got?
Well, first off, a new record, 20,000 steps. Wow. That is very impressive, I would say. Yesterday was our outdoor day. We spent a lot of time outdoors, walking around. The weather was, as we expected, great.
My highlight
of the day was definitely the Roosevelt Island tramway. I didn't expect it to be such a highlight because, I don't know, I thought everybody would do it and it would be a super touristy thing, but at least on our way to Roosevelt Island, it was quite empty and the views from the tram are just really, really nice.
Yeah.
And I also didn't expect there to be much on the island.
Yeah.
It's not that there's a lot, but there's a park, which is really nice and has great views to the other side.
I think it was also really nice that we visited Central Park, saw the Great Lawn, and also before that we checked out the Upper West Side and then walked through the park to the Upper East Side. We wanted to see both a little bit. We didn't really see enough to really compare those two areas, but it was good to get a glimpse into those areas because, I mean, they are super popular, known for being kind of the rich areas as well.
These nice entrances with the steps, it's also a classic New York thing, I think.
Yeah, a lot of classic picturesque
Yeah.
views.
I'm really happy with our transition here as well. We just took a lift here because they have a really good deal right now.
Well, it was the second ride we ever took, so we had a coupon code.
Yeah.
For us, that's perfect. And then we'll leave and never use the app again.
Yep. Thank you to the marketing team. And we were already allowed to check into a room. It was ready.
Luxurious.
Yeah, that just feels very luxurious because normally check-in time is 4 p.m. I'm really excited to explore Williamsburg.
Yeah, we're gonna walk around now. And tomorrow, it's your birthday. Williamsburg. A new area for us to explore and an area that we immediately liked a lot. And Vinny's Pizzeria, which we discovered in the first 2 minutes of our time here, played a big part in that. Let's just say that this wasn't the only visit that day. We're not sure if it's still cool to like Williamsburg, but we felt right at home here. So we grabbed a matcha latte, which seems to be compulsory here to stroll around the area.
I just had to adapt and get a strawberry matcha.
Yes, that's apparently the summer drink of New York.
And it's really good.
Drink in hand and with some strawberries in our bag, we headed out to enjoy views of the Manhattan skyline and relax in the parks along the water. For dinner we tried out a popular burger chain, which was enjoyable in the moment, but thinking back, their smash burgers were incredibly greasy and probably something that we wouldn't recommend to other people.
Damn, that looks healthy.
Leave no one behind.
Cheers.
Cheers. You happy?
We had then planned to see a DJ set by Hallucination at a rooftop venue in Bushwick, which was a great ending to our first day in Brooklyn.
Are we ready for a concert?
I think it's more like a DJ
a
set.
DJ
but yeah,
set, yes.
I think we are.
In the middle of Bushwick. Nice to be here.
Are you out there? You out there ready to dance? Hallucinations.
And we're back. The concert was a really cool way to end the day because the day in general, I think, was for us one of the best we've had here. I mean, all of the days were pretty cool.
It was my favorite day.
Yeah. Walking around Williamsburg, I think we immediately liked the vibe.
Yeah.
We also immediately found Vinny's Pizza, which we really like, and well, we've been back to that place for
A couple of times.
And I will also return in the future, so I'm proud of it.
I must say, if you're in New York for a longer time, I'd definitely recommend to stay in Williamsburg for a while because the views are just amazing. Domino Park was a highlight for me because you can just lie down on the grass there, have a little picnic or some strawberries as we did and watch the skyline, and it's so good.
Probably if you look up gentrification in the dictionary,
There's
Williamsburg.
a picture coming up of Williamsburg.
I mean, it does feel like it, but we like it. It is just a really cool area if you're into all of that and consuming
matchas. But as we went to the concert, we went to Bushwick, which seemed quite different because
seemed more alternative, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd at the concert was also just really cool and fun.
Yeah,
So.
really laid back vibe, and I mean, just having good music with a view of the skyline, the sun going down, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And afterwards we had another pizza, so that was, you know,
A highlight.
really good.
Not the concert.
Yeah. So yeah, we didn't do much on this day. We grabbed a hipstery coffee and then went straight for the hotel pool. Guess how warm the water is. But of course, as it was Zoe's birthday, we also had to go for some birthday pizza at this place that we hadn't been to before. Oh no, wait. Perfect. And in the afternoon, we went on another short excursion to the waterside before ending the day with some tacos and drinks at a rooftop bar.
So as a birthday present, I just got ID'd to order a beer.
Hey, congrats. I mean, I got ID'd as well. Just wanted to...
Don't steal my photo now.
Okay, sorry. I mean, Zoe's 33 now, I'm 32, and apparently we could be technically
21.
20 even.
And in Germany, you can buy beer when you're 16.
Yes.
So it's been a long, long time that I've been ID'd to buy beer.
Yes. Good job. You know,
Thank
you look good. You look very good for being that
I'm
old.
so happy.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful too. I want to thank my mom, my dad.
I think we made a good choice. Happy hour here is exactly what we needed. Cheap and delicious and nutritious. So that's good. A happy birthday.
It was yesterday.
I know, just wanted to have it on camera, you know.
Okay, good. So people know that you actually congratulated me.
Yeah, I
and
didn't forget.
Ignore it yesterday.
No, I mean, you can't see the flowers in the background, but there are flowers.
It was so funny because Simon actually forgot that he brought me flowers. And they would have stayed in the desk if I hadn't noticed, which is quite funny.
Yeah, yesterday was nice. I hope you had a really nice birthday as well.
I had a lovely birthday.
The pool was cool.
Pool was so great. It's such a luxury to have a hotel pool here. And also that the suns decided to come out right when we have it. So it just felt like a holiday, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm glad with our hotel choice as well. I think we paid 260 euros per night, which is a lot for us. But I think for New York, it was quite a good deal. The only thing that is ridiculous is that you have to reserve a spot on the day beds at the pool, and you can only reserve half a day when you're a hotel guest for free. If you want to have day beds for longer, you'll have to pay $75, I think, per person, or maybe per set of day beds. Anyways, it's a bit ridiculous, I think.
I think paying for stuff here in this country, that's what they do best, is they make you pay for extra stuff. Yeah.
Another highlight for me was the Westlight rooftop yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that view was one of the nicest we've had, especially because we went there during sunset, and the sunset yesterday was also perfect, so we were really lucky. And yeah, also big recommendation. One thing that I've noticed in the last days, maybe even for a bit longer, is that public toilets are a problem in New York.
Yeah.
While trash cans are widely available, which is very convenient.
Yeah, not for going to the toilet.
Not running around with your trash all the time like in Asia. Toilets are super rare, and a lot of restaurants and cafes don't have a restroom. I mean, I found a Google Maps integrated public toilet map, which helps a little bit.
Anyway, I think we're gonna have a nice day today. We're gonna go take the ferry to Dumbo. It's gonna be, I think, 28, 30 degrees today.
I'm already sweating.
Yeah, it's kind of warm in here as well.
We can't open the window as well.
We'll go.
Are we gonna make it to the ferry? Let's find out. Simon is a person who refuses to run, so he will just walk quite fast. I'd say he's a good power walker. And I mean, if he refuses to run, I won't. I'm not the idiot here, so Let's see if we can still make it.
That was close.
We don't need to go to K11. We need to go to Hamburg.
Yeah, but isn't that the correct?
K11 is Wall Street, I think.
We managed to find the entrance.
Quite the long way along the whole bridge.
Yes,
I think we're gonna do half actually.
maybe quarter. Maybe
quarter, let's see.
an eighth.
But it's really good to do it from this side. Makes
Yeah.
a lot more sense.
We had to get at least one.
It's disgusting. Can't recommend. I mean, what even is this sauce? It's like sour cream.
After that disappointing hot dog experience, although Simon thought it was actually okay, we visited Time Out Food Market, where in theory you can enjoy some food with amazing views. When we were there, however, the food was mediocre at best. So when we returned to Williamsburg, we unfortunately had to get another slice at Vinny's, before heading to a rooftop bar in Long Island City for some more great views and also quite loud music. And although this is another place where the views are better than the food, we had a lot of fun, and the prices were quite decent for the views you get.
And before going to bed, I had some more pizza, but it was a new place, so I just had to try it. Welcome to our third and final accommodation. A few short words on Dumbo, maybe?
I mean, it's a beautiful area, especially with all the views of Brooklyn Bridge, but it does feel a lot more touristy, I think, than Williamsburg, where we stayed. So it was nice to spend half a day there, but it felt like it was enough.
Yeah, and the Brooklyn Bridge, walking over it, is a very good activity, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like it's still a must do.
Yeah, definitely. But apart from that, on that day, we mostly spent it at the pool again, and that was nice because it was another scorcher. So this is the actual day on which we switched accommodations. And as you can see from this emotional goodbye, we were sad to leave. We consoled ourselves by enjoying a $15 lox bagel and then pushed our heavy suitcases through the warm and exhausting New York subway system to our final accommodation in Hell's Kitchen. Well, we've seen it now. I think we can leave.
You really want to leave it, right?
It's still impressive, I have to say.
Yeah.
Still fine. But yeah, it is what it is.
Another tourist favorite, but much more enjoyable in our opinion, is the High Line, a walkway that used to be a railroad. It connects 3 New York districts and makes for a great stroll through the city.
Another nice walk in the heat.
I don't think there's gonna be much shade.
Nope. It's just 45 minutes, you know. We were up there. That was pretty cool, eh?
That was pretty cool.
Now, we've almost completed the whole New York sightseeing itinerary that we've planned. We pretty much did everything we had on our list, and now we've seen everything. We've seen every street in New York, we've seen every shop, we've done it all. We are now experts on the city, and it's been good. I mean, we might as well do this thing here as well.
Yeah. Check it off our list.
Yep.
I mean, the sun is blazing hot.
Yep.
That might not be the best idea, but it looks really cool. Let's spur!
It's cool, but you can't really see the nice architecture from inside. Looks cooler from the outside.
Skyline though.
That was an adventure to get to this one plate of noodles to share.
It took a while, yes. But we also got a Thai milk bubble tea. Thai bubble milk tea, I don't know. And it's very sweet, but it's really good as well. I love the amount of cilantro they put on there. Good level of spiciness. Quite spicy actually.
Nice.
You will like it. Where are we walking right now?
To our Broadway show. Good ending. I mean, it's not even the last day, but it's still a good ending.
Feels like the ending, yeah. And I'm excited to see Nicole Scherzinger perform.
Me too, I'm slightly cut off. We've got the expensive tickets today. Just kidding, we've got the rush tickets, the cheap ones, if you can't tell. Here we are. Hell's Kitchen, a beautiful area.
Well, houses are beautiful.
Yeah.
It is quite crowded because it's quite close to Times Square, so...
It's actually pretty good for our last stop. It's only 2 days here.
Yeah, and I mean, we hadn't seen Times Square before, so
Yeah.
it's good that we're here now.
Yes.
So yeah, for the things that we wanted to do, it's quite ideal. One thing that we had on our list to do specifically in this area is to go to a Broadway show. So the most common way to get cheap Broadway tickets is to stand in line at the TKTS box office shop at Times Square, where you can get these last minute tickets and also lottery tickets. But there's also an app called Today Tix, which we downloaded.
We prefer the app. If there's a show that you really want to see, then you should definitely consider spending more money, because it's just going to be more, well, you're going to be more in the show, you're going to see the actors.
But I'm really, really happy that we did it in which way ever, just because the musical in general was amazing. I mean, the storyline is okay, I think, but I think the actors were really great, and especially Nicole Scherzinger with her voice. I mean, she's doing this every day, sometimes even twice. That thought is just crazy.
And in the show they use a lot of cameras, live cameras on stage as well, to just give you more detailed views of the actors on a screen.
Also good when you sit on the balcony.
Yeah, good for us, definitely. And then there's also this cool scene after the intermission where they do this one shot of the main actor walking out of the theater and singing a song while walking through these...
Well, Broadway.
Well, yeah, while walking along Broadway, and it's pretty cool because they do it every night, and well, he just comes out of the theater, and of course there are people waiting there, probably a lot of people that have been to the show on one of the days before, and that's what we're going to do probably as well. I mean, we're in the area, we're 10 minutes away from the theater, so maybe we're going to go there tonight again to see the guy coming out of the theater and doing his act.
How's he called? Tom Francis?
Tom Francis, I think, yes. What we did notice about New Yorkers, here's our facts that we noticed about New York and New Yorkers, is that they're always on the phone. Everyone's always on the phone. It's, and also, of course...
Especially walking down the street, you hear like 90% of the people talking with their Bluetooth headphones on.
Yes. It's very interesting, and many people are complaining about things as well, or telling a story where something dramatic happened. I think a lot of the time it's about someone's boss as well. That's what we've gathered from, you know, being very nosy.
So, do you want to go to Madame Tussauds?
Definitely not. No, thank you.
For our last full day, we wanted to check out a completely new area, so we took the subway up to Harlem and started our day off right with some comfort food.
A hard to open plastic container. Food looks good though.
Yeah.
They didn't have any cornbread, which is slightly disappointing, but you know, we're here for this here.
I have to say. It is good chicken. Super juicy, not overcooked, perfectly cooked, I would say. And then it's crispy, but it's not dry. It's nice. It even tastes a little bit buttery.
We then briefly ventured out of Harlem to go on a quick tour of Hamilton's historic house. We had many more stops planned on our grand walking tour, and we especially wanted to see historic buildings in Harlem, but then...
First rain that we are encountering here. And we spent most of it, looking through Hamilton's windows. Kind of cool. But now we have to walk through Harlem. And luckily, we brought our umbrellas because we're smart. It's still wet though. I know.
Very sweet. Almost tastes like marshmallows.
Mine's also very sweet, but I still really like it. I'd give mine 8 out of 10. You?
6.5.
So we're kind of stuck here. At least we have a nice view.
So our walking tour didn't quite go as planned, but we still managed to see a few important buildings such as the Apollo Theatre, which was closed for renovation. But then when we were looking for shelter from the rain, we unluckily jumped into Le Vin Bakery and didn't have any other choice but to buy a few different cookies.
This weighs 2 to 3 kilos. Bad sign for our waistline, but a good sign for our taste buds. It's more like chocolate pieces and a little bit of cookie around them. No, it's very good.
Is that a bad thing though?
No, it's good. Of course, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good.
It's so heavy. So the lemon cookie is like a mix between a lemon cake and a cookie. It's very soft from the inside, very rich, and very crunchy from the outside. And it has pieces of white chocolate in it, which are melted. It's a bit ridiculous, but it's also really good. You know these embarrassing people who don't notice when it stops raining and they're the only ones still running around with an umbrella? Well, we're never quite sure whether you actually have to stop the bus or not. So just in case. Simon is gonna stop it for us.
So after ingesting roughly 4,000 calories per person, we still had a few things to do on our list for our last day.
I expected like an architectural masterpiece instead of this
You haven't seen it from the inside yet.
block of concrete.
I don't think you understand anything about architecture.
Yeah.
Lots of turtles. And really big birds. So do you remember, as we said today, that we're gonna try and see Tom Francis' performance from the other side today. So I'm trying to convince Simon to flash in front of him.
That was my idea.
Just pull his t-shirt up.
I got it. With the shoulder watch the road, watch the road, watch the road. Watch the road, watch the
We went back to the theater district yesterday again.
Yeah, it really felt like planning a mission. We scouted the location, we checked out the best spots, and I mean, towards the end, a lot of people showed up.
Yeah, it was just fun to see also all the logistics behind it and how they technically did it. And I think I even like Sunset Boulevard more now because it gave us this little extra mission.
That was kind of fun, yeah.
Yeah. I think if we would have only stayed in this area, we would have gotten a very different picture of New York than we have now.
Definitely. I think that's a key takeaway from our trip. You can quickly burn out in this city, you can quickly get enough of this city just because it's so busy and all of the tourists. There are many other areas as well, and they are just much more relaxed, and there you can actually, you'll actually want to spend some time there. Yesterday we did walk around a lot and we had over 20,000 steps, so another big day for us. But I think we didn't see as much of Harlem as we had planned. That was also really cool to see though.
Yeah.
The house of Hamilton.
Especially because we did see and really like the musical, so we did know a little bit about Hamilton, not everything of course, and we learned a bit more in his, in the only house he ever owned in New York.
So we're flying home tonight, we're gonna walk around some more today, enjoy the rest of our footage of whatever we're gonna see today, and then we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Well, as they say, it's not over till it's over, and so we used our time wisely and checked a few last things off our list.
So we can't leave New York before we had some pancakes.
Nope.
So that's what we're gonna do now.
Yeah, are you hungry?
I know. What did you think of the pancake?
Really good pancakes, very fluffy.
But
Also,
also a bit crispy on the outside.
yeah, just slightly crispy. I like like that they weren't dry. I liked that they had a lot of apple in them.
Yeah, I'm happy we went for some pancakes with fruit in it.
Yeah, so
I think
good choice.
The city's most underwhelming sight is right here. I'm kidding.
We then had a look around Italy, a giant Italian supermarket that's also in the Flatiron district, and then made our way to Tribeca to get a few more steps in.
Instead of a blood transfusion, I'm getting a coffee transfusion.
I mean, it does make sense in a way.
Yeah, I mean, this coffee shop, 787, very hip, was very popular. And they serve coffee in these bags. Very New York thing to do, I think. Then again, it's the first time we've seen it this way, so.
Simon's found out how to use it properly.
It was nice to explore another new area, although we didn't really have any particular sites that we wanted to see there. So before heading to the airport, there was only one last thing to do to conclude our time in New York City.
One last.
Goodbye.
Bye.